All right, so for today's class, we are going to be reviewing some of the resources and different things that you have access to on our website, scottleroymarketing.com. I'm also going to point out some new features, just some important things that you guys should pay attention to and check out. So right now I am at scottleroymarketing.com. If you're following along, I'll give you a moment to pull that up as well. Hopefully, people are saying they can't hear me. Can someone, if you can hear me, can you shoot me a yes in the chat? Okay, thank you. All right, guys, so perfect. Hopefully everybody can hear me now, but we're going to be going over scottleroymarketing.com. We're mostly going to be working in this KW resources tab to see all of these great features that are available to you. Oop, and I didn't mean to click that. So when you're accessing our site, you do actually need to sign in. Our site is password protected. So I'm just on the homepage of scottleroymarketing.com. I'm going to go ahead and click login. And basically, if you don't hit this first, before you try and access any page on our site, it's going to bring you to this login page, and it's going to ask for your market center number or password. So probably for 9 out of 10 of you, it will just be your market center number. If you're not sure what that is actually displayed on the top right corner of your MyKW home screen. Your MCA, a lot of times their email has their market center number in it. But if you're not sure about this, shoot us an email or contact your office. They can definitely get that for you. Some of you will also have a password for this site, but it's really important that you enter your specific market center number. So I'm just going to enter one here. And I'll get logged in. And that's going to give me full access to all of the resources on scottleroymarketing.com. So from here, let's go ahead and go up to the top. This is our menu up here. We're going to highlight KW resources and then questionnaires. And let's go ahead and click this option over to the right for questionnaires. Oh goodness, I'm just clicking all kinds of crazy things this morning. Here we go. So KW resources, questionnaires, and then questionnaires. So one of the first things that you will probably do with Scott Leroy Marketing is fill out one of our questionnaires. These are sent to you most times by your office or by us directly, but you can also access them on our site. So we're going to scroll down. We have this whole list of questionnaires. I'm just going to pull up the regular setup questionnaire first so you can get a general look at this. So I'm going to go ahead and click this first option here for setup questionnaire. And this is basically a form where you give us all the information we need to do a full setup of your KW technology. So you fill out this form, and then in about 1 to 2 business days, you will receive a setup complete email from us. Up toward the top, there is a video that walks you through filling out the questionnaire, but it is pretty straightforward. I do want to say, unfortunately, we do not have a save button on this page at this time. So make sure you're submitting everything on the same day. I would say make sure you have enough time to fill this out in one sitting. Unfortunately, if you start filling this out and leave and come back, you will likely lose your work. But again, I would say don't spend too much time on this. Some advice and some things I've seen other agents have trouble with. There's a part on here that's going to ask for a bio and other additional information. I would say make sure you have that saved on your computer. Maybe write up your draft in Microsoft Word or a word processor so you have it saved on your computer. So just in case something happens, maybe your computer crashes or what have you, you don't lose that work or that beautiful bio you just wrote up. So I would say if you're working on this and trying to get everything super in depth, maybe work on those items in another place just so you don't lose your work. But most of this is pretty straightforward. We're asking for things like your name, your KW login information. If you don't have this, you can put a dash in these boxes and we'll reach out to your office for that. You will see some of these items are required. Things like what is your email address, market center number, market center information, your cell phone number. There are some additional extra items in here, like a Facebook URL, Twitter, designations, specialties. Here's that bio I mentioned. So if you're filling this out and maybe you don't have all of this yet, that's totally okay. You can submit this without this non-required information. And then if you make a Facebook page later, or maybe you're taking some time to write your bio, you can always send that to us at a later time and we can update your account with that. Some required information, we do ask for 3 choices for your email address and website address. That's because if you have a common name like me, unfortunately, some of your first choices may be taken. Bailey@kw.com is likely taken, so we do ask for 3 options for the website and the email address. And then down toward the bottom, there are some spots to attach a headshot and a logo. The max is 10 megabytes for these, so if you have a really large file for your logo or your headshot, unfortunately, if you try to attach those, it could prevent your questionnaire from sending to us. So I would say submit it without that, and then you can send us an email separately with your information and we can add that into your account, no problem. So what you'll do is you'll fill this out as best as you can, hit send, and that'll come over to our team. It usually takes us about 1 to 2 business days, and then you will receive this really detailed setup complete email from us. Has all your logins, passwords, links to training, basically everything you need to get started. I'm going to hit that back button and go back to that list of questionnaires. So that was our setup questionnaire. You can see these other choices here. Short form, this is going to be the same as that original questionnaire, it just doesn't have the non-required questions. Transfer, if you're moving from one KW to another. Expansion, for agents who will be part of 2 market centers. Capper, questionnaire, teams, returning, maybe you left Keller Williams for a while and you're coming back. We can try and reactivate your old email and that kind of stuff for you. Admin, admin to agent, staff, hidden, and then I do want to point out this existing questionnaire. Maybe you've been with KW for a while and maybe your office is new to Scott Leroy Marketing. This would be a good questionnaire for you. If you fill out this existing questionnaire, it's for agents who have been with KW for a while. We can go through and basically just fill in anything that you may be missing. We'll spot check your account, make sure everything's up to date, make sure command is fully up and running if you haven't made that transition yet. So this will be a good resource for those agents who have been with KW for a while. And then somebody just asked the question, what part puts your listing automatically into KWLS? That is, so for that to pull over, your MLS ID has to be added into White Pages. This is kind of like a back-end system that is accessed by your office staff. We do that for some offices. So we'll ask you, if you fill out the questionnaire, we'll ask for your MLS ID on there. And if you don't have it, maybe you haven't joined a board yet and we need it, we will send out additional emails asking for your MLS ID if we take care of that. But you may want to check with your office as well, because we only do that for maybe a handful of offices. Unfortunately, we do not have a help guide for the bio, but that is a great idea. I would say maybe try looking up websites or looking for agents in White Pages in your office. Maybe look up those mega agents or those agents that are doing really well. Check out their bios and kind of model it after that. I would say short and sweet is best. I think like a multi-page bio, a bunch of paragraphs, that's just too much. I would say the shorter, the better. Of course, you want to be succinct. You don't want to be too short, but I would say keep it pretty short and sweet. All right, so those are our questionnaires. Like I said, this is the first thing you'll do with Scott Leroy Marketing in most cases, and then takes about 1 to 2 business days, and we'll send you an email once everything is complete. If you're wondering where you are in our setup process, you can highlight KW Resources, Questionnaires, and then go to our questionnaire queue. This is a live list that shows all of the agents that we have currently in our questionnaire queue, and you can see where you are in that. We also have a bad logins column, but we'll reach out to you and your office if your login information is not working. All right, let's go down. We're going to highlight KW Resources again, and then training. And let's go ahead and check out our training calendar. So we offer a ton of training here at Scott Leroy Marketing. We offer live webinars 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. To watch our live webinars, you just have to go to slmwebinar.com at the time of your desired class. You don't need to register ahead of time. If you try and pull up this site when there's not a live class going on, you won't be able to see anything. So you just have to sign on maybe a couple minutes before and you'll be able to watch that. If we scroll down, we can see our training calendar. November should be going up pretty soon. But before I pull up the calendar, if you scroll even further, you can get an overview of each class. So you can see what these classes are and basically what we're going to go over. But let's go ahead and pull up our October training class so we can check that out. Actually, let me see. I would actually like to pull up our November training calendar, which I do believe I have. Let me go ahead and find that for you guys. Here we go. This isn't on our site just yet. This should be going up any moment. But we do have some new classes. So I just want to pull up our training calendar here. This isn't going to be, I'll come back to this. So I'm going to just pull up our October training calendar. Sorry about that. And I'll pop back over to that. But let's see if we can get this to generate real quick. We teach classes Monday through Friday. We did add some new classes starting on Mondays, starting this month. We had a post Mega Camp Jumpstart, what's new with Command, and what's new with SLM. These are new classes. We actually just added Facebook Ads 101. If you are adding or running advertising campaigns through Command, this is going to be a great class for you. Scott teaches this class. This will be reappearing in November, I believe, as well. Let me just take a look over here and see when that will be. Here we go. So this month, next month, on the 16th, we'll have Lead Generate with Command, Facebook Ads 101. So that's a new class. Definitely check that out. On Tuesdays, we have our MyKW overview and Command overview. This is a good starting point if you're new to Keller Williams and KW technology. We go over everything you need to know in MyKW and then as well as Command. So these are a good starting point before getting into these more advanced classes on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So on Wednesdays, we teach classes like IDX Sites 101 and 201. That's going over your KW Command IDX site. We have a consumer app overview, teams in the Command platform. That's actually a newer class as well. So if you are on a team and you are utilizing Command, you'll definitely want to check that out. KW recently added some new features for teams as well. So this is going to be a really useful class. This is taught by Brittany. On Thursdays, we have DocuSign 101, Smart Plans, Database Management, Marketing, and DocuSign 201. And November will mimic this same structure here as well. And then Fridays, we have our SLM overview, Designs 101, Opportunities and Sales Pipeline, and then the Open House Marketing in Command. So this is a new class as well. Lots of new classes this month, and we'll have some new classes next month as well. This calendar, this November calendar, should be going up soon. You'll be able to find that on our website. So like I said, though, it will mimic this same structure here, and that should be going up soon. So I'm going to hit back. And the cool thing about that calendar, actually, that was a PDF file, so you can download that and save it to your computer. You can also print that out as well. And then, oh, and somebody was asking, let me just go ahead and point that out so it looks a little bit better. I'm going to pull up this calendar again. Someone was asking about the numbers next to the classes. So when you're pulling this up, make sure that you're clicking on the right time zone and the right month. And then the numbers over here on the far right, those are the dates of the month. So we have it categorized by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But these dates or these numbers are the actual date. So this is Tuesday the 6th and so on. And you can download this file here, save it to your computer, or print it if you'd like. And then somebody asked about recorded classes. So we do record all of our classes here at Scott Leroy Marketing. So if you are unable to watch a live class, or maybe even if you just want to review and go watch a class again, you can do that. So you can access this by going to slmtraining.com. You can also just highlight KW resources and click on training directly from here. And this will bring us into our previously recorded classes. I'm going to go ahead and drop this in the chat for you. So this is where you can find all of our previously recorded classes. And we did recently reorganize this page, so you can actually break it down by category. So for example, up at the top, we have our command overview classes, and then below that, KW command. So you can click on training for the websites, opportunities, database management, and so on. Advanced training, this will be just like a general mix of all of our advanced classes. Classes on the Kelly app, the consumer app, our SLM tools, digital marketing, and Keller Mortgage. So if you click on any one of these, so let's say, for example, we want to check out some command training. If I click on this option here, it is going to bring us over to our YouTube page, and this is a YouTube playlist of all of our command classes. So you can see we clicked on command training, and these are our most recent classes. So it starts with Leah's class on opportunities. We have some tips in here as well, some shorter tip videos, my marketing with command class, my command overview class, and so on. So lots of good resources here. I do also want to point out our general YouTube page, and I'll drop this in the chat for you as well. And then somebody asked about, do we get our own account or do we use our Market Center account? So you will always sign into our website with your Market Center number. There's not anything necessarily that you would save or like sign into on our website. You just need to sign in with your Market Center number. I'm going to drop in our YouTube page. That's youtube.com/ScottLeroy-marketing. And this is a great resource for you as well. If you come here and use this search bar, you can find videos on basically everything KW related. If you're working on something, need additional training, it's very likely that we have made a video on it. So let's say, for example, I'm working on importing contacts to command. I can come here and search import command, and it will pull up all videos related to importing my database to command. So this is a great resource for training as well. All right, I'm going to go back to our website. You guys can check that out here and access all of our training. We'll highlight KW resources again toward the top. I'm going to next go to our support page. This is going to be another great resource for you. So this is basically a list of things that we can do for you for free. So lots of good stuff on here. I will say, if we have just done your setup questionnaire and done a setup for you, there are some general items in here that you probably won't need. Like if you just did your questionnaire, you probably don't need us to do your DocuSign setup or change your phone number, change your address, things like that, because that was just completed. But there are lots of great additional items on here. And you can go through and check out some of these. Like for example, maybe you're leaving a team, we can remove your team branding, we can update your headshot, update your social media links. Maybe you just created a Facebook page. If you fill this out, we can add that in for you. But I do want to point out these website services. So if you have had us fill up, or you've set up your KW command website, or maybe we set that up for you, but you want to spruce it up a bit, this is going to be a great resource for you here. So under website services, we can do things like add testimonials to your site. If you have a domain, maybe you bought BaileySmithRealtor.com, maybe you want to attach that to your KW command site, you can fill out this domain forwarding form. We can set up Google Analytics so you can see the tracking of your website. We can set up Homekeeper, where a blog automatically is added to your website, as well as preferred vendors. We can add a mortgage calculator, a testimonial form, so your clients can submit testimonials on your website, a This Month in Real Estate video, and a what's my home worth form. So lots of good stuff. So if you are looking at your site and you really just want to spruce it up and add some more content, add some more features, these are going to be great forms for you to fill out. And these are really simple. Basically, you'll just click on the button for the form you're interested in. For most of these, there is a video at the top walking you through filling it out, but it's going to be pretty straightforward. So this one is for domain forwarding. If I had a custom domain I want forwarded to my KW Command IDX site, I can just fill this out. It asks for your name, your email, your login information, and then this one asks for your domain info. So what company did I purchase my domain from? I'll say GoDaddy. It asks for my address, so BaileySmithRealtor.com. We'll ask if this domain is linked to another website and if you give us the permission to move this over. And then we just need your login information for that domain. And there we go. You'll just fill this out as best as you can. There is a CAPTCHA question, just to verify that you're a real person and not a robot. What's my favorite dessert? I'll say creme brulee. And then you can hit send and that'll come over to us. Takes our team usually about 1 to 2 business days for support requests, but usually these are done within 1 business day. And then we had some great questions here as well. Do you support video testimonials on the site? Yeah, you can actually, I don't think it would work on like the testimonial form on your site, but you could add in an additional page with video testimonials. You can add videos to your website. So we can help you out with that specific question. You said moving your website from Playster. We can assist with that as well. We can help with moving some of the content, and then we can move that domain over for you as well. And then somebody asked for our phone number. I'll drop that in the chat for you guys as well. That is our support number, and then I'll give you our support email. All right, there we go. And if you reach out to us, please make sure that you have your KW username and password available, ready and on hand, and please verify that it works. So back to this support form, you'll just fill these out, hit send, they come directly to us, and then we'll send you an email once they are complete. So I would say definitely take advantage of these items. We can do everything from helping you import your database. We can create a QR code for you. We can forward your kw.com email. We can link your office calendar to a Gmail if you'd like. And then some additional items. If you're part of an office that requires certain compliance docs on your site and emails, we can assist with that. Then we also have some leadership support as well. All right, so those are our support forms. The last thing I want to point out before we wrap up today would be our template. So I'm going to highlight KW resources at the top, and this time we will click directly on templates. scottleroymarketing.com/templates will bring you here as well. Yeah, so somebody asked if SLM will add those pages to our website if we fill out those forms. Yes. And if you have, maybe you have a widget from another site that you're curious about adding, we can try and add that in as well. No guarantees as if those will work, but we can, if you can get us the codes or whatever we need, and we can definitely give it a try. So, but with those ones we have on our site, you just have to fill out the form and we can very easily add in those items for you. All right, so right now I am at scottleroymarketing.com/templates. Again, you can also highlight KW resources at the top and just click templates. So in addition to the templates that you have available for you in Command, we have some templates available for you on our site as well. So we have different flyers, calendars, Facebook cover photos, event invitations, but what most people utilize on this page are our email signatures. So I want to do a quick overview of that. I'm going to click email signatures here. And that's going to bring me into Google Drive. So to access our templates, you do have to be signed into a Gmail account. If you don't have a Gmail that you're currently using, your kw.com email is actually a Gmail, so you can just be signed into that. But you do have to be signed into a Google account to access these templates. So you can see this brought me into Google Drive with 4 different folders. We have modern email signatures, normal, vertical, and widescreen. So if we click on any one of these, you can see we have a ton of templates in here. And I'll just click on one and we can work on creating that together. So I'm going to go in, select an email signature that I like, and this will open up. So over on the left, you'll notice that there are 3 slides. The first slide is the signature piece itself. This second one, this is telling you that if you have an email signature that has these individual little icons on it, you will not be able to link these. So if you put this in your email, somebody will not be able to click on this LinkedIn icon and be redirected to your LinkedIn page. So keep that in mind. I would probably just take these out because they won't be clickable. So that's just what this message is saying here. And this one is telling you to watch the video on our templates page for a step-by-step walkthrough of how to do this. So you'll also notice that when I'm clicking on this, I'm not actually able to change anything. Over here at the top left, it says view only. Don't click request edit access. Unfortunately, this is our master file. We won't be able to give you access to that. So instead, what you'll do is you'll click file, make a copy, and then it does ask if you need the entire presentation or just the selected slides. We just need this first slide with the signature template on it. So I'll do file, make a copy, and then selected slides. And when I click on that, you can rename this if you'd like. It's going to open up a new window where we can make changes and edit this email signature. And somebody asked if email signatures will work in bulk emails. I believe so. All right, so now we're in the email signature file. So now you can see when I click on things, I can actually start to move things around and edit this piece. So I'm going to start by changing out this headshot. To do this, I can just right click on this image, go down to replace, and I want to replace this with a photo I have saved on my computer. So I will click upload from computer. And I can access my headshot here. So I selected that file from my computer and very quickly I was able to switch this out. Let's go ahead and change this text as well. So I'm just clicking in here, double clicking in that box, and I can change the text. I'll make this a little smaller because you can see it didn't quite fit. But this is going to be similar to editing in PowerPoint. It's Google Slides, but basically just click and edit. I can move things around. You can see these grid lines pop up just to make sure everything is aligned properly, but editing is really easy. You can change out these logos if you'd like. You can move this around. You can change this background color or remove this if you don't like it. I can change the fonts, the font style, the font itself, the font color. But there we go. And like I said, for these little icons, these won't be clickable on your email signature. If you're doing this in Gmail though, what you can do is you can add these in down below your signature and you could link them individually. But for me, I would probably just delete these because nobody's going to be able to click on them anyway. So there we go. Of course, you can spruce this up, add more, change things, however you'd like. And then what you would do is we're going to go up to the top left and click File, go down to Download. And rather than downloading a JPEG or a PNG, we're actually going to download this as a PDF. We do this because if you download this as a JPEG or PDF, we've noticed that it is a little pixelated. It's not totally clear. So we take an extra step and download this as a PDF. So I'll click on that. And then we will convert this PDF file to a JPEG. And then when we go in and attach it to our email, it should be good to go. So the final step in this is I go to PDF to jpg.net. And I'll point out this video is on our templates page, and it goes through this process just a little slower and more in detail. So I would definitely check out that video if you are wanting to create an email signature. We'll walk you through that process. But I went to PDF to jpg.net because you can't attach a PDF file to your email signature. So I'll go here and choose the PDF, basically select this PDF from my computer. I'll change the JPEG quality to excellent and then click convert. You can see that works really quickly, and I'll save this to my computer and pop this open so you can see what it looks like. So it does look a little blurry when it's that big, but your email signature will probably only be even smaller than this. So you can mess around with that, change the size. You can see once it's more of an appropriate size, it looks pretty good. So now you can take this JPEG file, go into your email settings, and add this in as your signature. All right, so like I said, check out this video up at the very top. It says how to use SLM email signature templates. So if you are going through this process, it's going to be the same process for any of our templates. It's all in Google Drive, Google Slides. So check out this video and it'll walk you through that process just a little slower and more detailed. And then somebody said, can we put in links to our website and app? I would definitely write in that information. You can add that on the signature itself. Like if I wanted to, let's see, great question. Let's say I wanted to put that in here, Scott Leroy Marketing. But unfortunately, the problem is you can't link this, just this little block of text. You can link the whole image. So if you wanted to, you can link the whole image to scottleroymarketing.com. So when somebody clicks on this email signature anywhere, it'll bring them to that. But I would probably, if I were you, I would maybe write those items in here, but then also put it in my settings underneath the signature. You'll probably have seen that in other people's email signatures. It'll say like, click here to download my app. I would probably put in that text below this image block, and then you can make those individual elements clickable. But on this file itself, you can't unfortunately click individual elements. And then Google Webmaster Tools, that was another tracking tool that you could use. We mostly used it with Playster, and I'm not 100% sure if that works with the command site at this time. But Google Analytics definitely does. And I think Google Webmaster Tools is actually called something different these days. So I'm sorry I don't have too much information on that, but if you would like to shoot us an email and talk to us more about that, we can definitely get you some more information on that. But we can definitely set up the Google Analytics, and that's where we can actually add in the Google Analytics code into your settings in Command, and then you'll be able to see who's looking at your site, how much traffic you're getting, things like that. All right, so that is actually about it for today's class. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. I did already drop our contact information in the chat for you, but if you have further questions or need assistance with anything, please feel free to reach out to us. We are here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. So please feel free to reach out. If not, thank you guys for watching our class today, and we'll talk to you soon.